So, this is Antigone from the Student Music Network, and today I'm joined by someone I've been wanting to speak to for ages. He fully captured my attention from the moment I first heard him about a year and a half ago, and I've been so excited to see him, grow so much since. Siphō, how are you?
I'm vibing. I'm vibing, having a calm little day. How about you,
Love
Antigone?
that. Yeah, really good, really good. Just do you want to introduce yourself for anyone that might be hearing from you for the first time?
This part's always the wildest part to do. I'm SIPHO, SIPHO. Don't forget the dot on the end. Music, writing, producing,
Love that.
maybe more. This might get boring, and I'll just I don't know, start juggling or something. Whatever it is, SIPHO, these are the things I do right now. We'll see what comes later.
Love that. And speaking of what you're doing right now, you just dropped your latest single, Arms. Love it. Amazing song, visuals. The visuals are insane. Tell me a bit more about it, the process of making it, meaning behind it, and all of that.
So Arms, it was kind of an amalgamation of things. It was a scrap idea I had. It didn't sound anything like that. It was literally just like a little loop. Took that, messed with it. The label were like, oh yeah, we should do something with this. And in standard form, we just jumped in the studio, started throwing things on it. And literally we just pile loads of different shit on it, and then we're like, oh wow, this is like a big loud mess. Sounds amazing. So we got to get a chance to do that, get in the studio, dig into it. And I think a lot of the references and the listening at the time was a lot of old funk records, a lot of Michael Q and Nuka.
Yeah.
And just that very cinematic orchestral funk thing kind of vibe. It's kind of little Black Barn vibe, I guess.
Yeah. Love that.
Something like that.
What was the process of making the music video for it? Because when I first saw the clip, I was like, is that X Factor? When did he go to X Factor? But then I watched it, I was like, wow.
X Factor. It's an X Factor.
You know what I mean? Like the whole thing. Sorry.
It's an X Factor. X Factor's a scam, bro.
I know. I hate it, but it was just so funny. That was my first thought, and I had to mention it.
I'm triggered. How dare you?
No, that's not a good way to start.
I think with the video, it's and I think this is kind of me being a bit of a nerd with things and just being like, I at the moment I hate the idea of narrative videos. I hate the idea of all that stuff. I'm like, the videos that I've enjoyed a lot more are the ones that are just like, yo, let's make some cool shots. Let's make it feel good, and let's just, let's just paint a picture of something. We can post rationalize it afterwards and figure out the meaning of it afterwards. So it's me, Cal Barnes, Johnny Costello, Power of Assembly, the whole team sit down, coming together. And I think it was a lot of the nudge from managers. Oh, you need to send mood boards and do this and do that and kind of figure out what you want the video to look like. So I'm like, shit, sat there, Pinterest, swiping, looking at stuff. And for some reason, the one thing that kind of comes to my mind in a lot of ways is, in that moment, is Jet Li.
Yeah.
Right. And there's that kind of classic, I guess, martial arts kung fu scene of the one dude surrounded by a bunch of other people, and it's like, oh, that kind of stuff is really cinematic and absurd, right? And it's like, if I was to put myself in there, it's like, of course I'm not the guy that's going to be doing this, but you know what? I'm just gonna believe it's me. I'm that guy who's ready to fight, whatever. And it was cool taking all the references from there. Otis Redding, and just trying to wear more suits and stuff. We're like, oh, let's see what this feels like. I hate formal clothes stuff as well. But I was like, yeah, let's give this a try, because it does look pretty weighty if you make it. So I think it was bringing together those kind of shots and moments and ideas and color palettes and trying to do a thing where we have more movement in the video, because this is like my third kind of bigger video, and it's like, where do we develop from here? We've done these first couple of videos, first 3 videos where it's like it's quite static and it's very presenting the shot. Let's see what we can do with some movement and mess around with that and make it cool and cinematic. And yeah, they just found like all these awesome locations and made so much of my like ideas and my vignettes, and helped kind of realize that within like a 1 mile radius of Birmingham. Do you know what I mean? And like we got all this stuff to come together, and yeah, and the team was so tight, and it was like 3 days of shooting. Felt like a breeze. But yeah, I feel like it's another kind of early part of what I want to do, and kind of another step up and getting closer to like being able to make the right visual, because I want to make that thing, but then it's trying to figure out what that thing is. So I'm kind of trying to put myself in that position.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that, as you said, like that was all in kind of like Birmingham area, because it feels very like Hollywood, like top tier production. Like it's insane.
Yeah, man. Birmingham, great city in the world, but like I think that the video was kind of a representation of, I guess, because it's like I'm 22 now, and it's me being at a crossroads right now, like, you know, trying to like make money and think about what the future's gonna look like, and kids, marriage, and getting a license and all this stuff.
Retweet.
And just being like, cool, like how do I navigate this thing? How am I gonna do this thing today?
Sick.
Yeah, it's just so it's like I think all the different moments kind of represents the different paths and the kind of subtle different emotional nuances and moods within those, like the mind state of what I could be, this path, etc. You know, from the opulence or like snooker hall or like whatever.
Yeah, and then it kind of ends with like the laundry, like laundrette, whatever, and it's just like, get it.
Standard stuff. I think it's weird. I'm surprised. I'm surprised like people actually got it.
Yeah.
And like people were like, oh, like I get what this is, what this thing is, and it's like it's weird.
Yeah.
You know? It's been a lot about people getting it, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's sick. And I guess SIPHO means gift in Xhosa. That's a language spoken in South Africa and parts of Zimbabwe, where your heritage is from, if I'm correct.
Correct.
Yeah, my dad is actually from Zimbabwe, but obviously I'm very white. But yeah, I truly believe you're a gift to music fans everywhere, genuinely. But I actually got a gift from you a few months ago. I'm going to pull it out now. Do you recognize this? Hey.
Just doing my job.
Hey.
Just trying to make the people feel seen.
100%.
The thing is, here's the thing though. I have to be honest. I did the first signature. I did it, and I was like, oh my god, this looks terrible. People are gonna hate this. It looks like a fucking squiggle. And I'm like, okay, like you actually brought it out. And I was like, you actually appreciate it. I was like, damn.
I didn't even realize. Like, I actually just signed up to the mailing list, so I wanted to keep up, and then this arrived, and I was like, okay, cool, love that.
Yes.
But yeah, for anyone that doesn't get this, you wore this hat to your colors performance earlier this year. Was it this year? Yeah.
It was.
Or like late last year. Sorry.
Yeah, it was this year. It was. Well, I mean, shooting it was like last year.
Yeah.
But obviously, happened.
This year. But yeah, colors is such a powerful platform. It's been my go-to for years. So I was very, very excited to see you on it. And you have about 800K, just about, views on that.
I don't keep up with the numbers, man.
I mean, you shouldn't. You genuinely.
It's annoying though, because it's like I'll just be chilling and then someone will be like, oh yeah, see people like, yeah, things are like 500K now. Where I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's not about the numbers, but it's about the impact. Like I was gonna say, like my question would be like, what's the wildest place that someone's hit you up from? Like, oh, like come to Brazil, come to like Japan. I love your
Well,
colors.
it's been a lot of America. It's been a lot of America
America.
saying, yeah, like, come on. And it's pretty crazy, that thing, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because now I think it's one of those things where if you do look at the numbers and the different people that were like
Yeah.
before and after me within the
Yeah.
whole sequence of it all, it's kind of interesting to see there's like a spike in the numbers. And as well, like, I feel like as much as I get love for all the other stuff I've done, it's
Yeah.
like there's been a lot of like kind of recognition for
Yeah.
that. And you know, I think because it was that one kind of experiment outside of
Yeah.
all the other weird things I do, where it's like, yeah, I was like, let me just make like a kind of
Yeah.
R&B track, like a little smooth kind
Yeah.
of vibe. And
Oh.
yeah, and I think obviously it resonated with the people that like
It,
it originates from, innit? And it was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, America, come to the States, dude. Like, and yeah, of course
Yeah.
we're like trying to do all that. So it has been like, well, this is pretty.
That's sick.
And
That's amazing.
I feel like in comparison to a lot of things in that moment, it did have a weird kind of impact
Yeah.
in its own way. It's bizarre.
Yeah. No, it's amazing, kind of like, it's grown so much as a platform, and it's great to see them support, like
Mm,
still supporting sort of like rising artists, because a lot of people were like, oh, they're only like getting the big ones. But no, they know what they're doing. Yeah,
oh, they're
100%.
great, man. They're great.
Yeah.
Amazing team as well. It's like literally,
Mhm.
it's like five, six of them in a room, just
Yeah.
like getting it done. They have their formula and they just make it
Yeah.
so smooth.
Sick. And I guess like as someone from Birmingham kind of reaching all these places, as you said, like it's kind of surreal. And the music kind of scene in the UK, from what I've seen, is very kind of like London centric, and I don't know, I just tend to always gravitate towards artists that are not from London for some reason, at least on like a deeper level that I really, really like. They speak to me because I'm not from
Mm.
London or the UK. Do you think that's something that sets you apart, kind of not being from London, or has it
Oh,
been more of a
100%.
challenge? Yeah.
No, that sets me apart. But I think it's because this is a city where a lot of things are kind of gate kept.
Mm,
There's a especially when like there's a lot of kind of attitude, like just in a lot of people around my age in London, where it's very standoffish
mm,
in so many ways. Just the general attitude of people is like it could be a whole party, like a whole vibe, and I've like walked up and like I've just come into a conversation and heard this. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, and it's like that weirds people out so
yeah.
much in the middle of a social setting, right? Like it's not like you're having a private conversation. You're like
Mm,
right in the middle of the whole shubs, and I'm like, oh shit, or like, but it's just the attitude's kind of different around here. So I think that kind
mm,
of translates into like a lot of the kind of music circles where it's like if you're in there, and this is our thing, and this is what we do. And there's been a lot more of that, and for good reason, because obviously being in the capital city where all this stuff happens, corporations can kind of just get right and infiltrate it really, really quickly
yeah.
and really suddenly, and then it's just goes flat. But
Mm,
I think being from, I've come from a place where I'm doing my thing in Birmingham, and I'm not walking into any circles looking for someone's approval. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing.
yeah.
If you like it, sick, dude. Like
Yeah.
fucking welcome to the family. Come aboard,
Yeah.
sit down, man. Let's see how this goes together. If not, I'll see you about it. I'll probably see you later. You know what I mean? Like, so I think I've kind of stuck with that for a long time, because even when I was like first starting to put out music, I was like 15, 16 and stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, I need to be consistent. I need to be on
Mm,
top of this. I need to like communicate this thing to people and be like, yeah, whatever. And I'd like post about it like a week before and like to be doing all this stuff. And I was posting a song every week doing that.
mm,
And obviously it's like I was putting up music, people were like the music and stuff, those that were, but I think it was also the thing of like trying to push it on people's like,
mm,
yeah, this is cool. And then also I can't keep up with this thing of releasing a song every week if I feel like it's not going to be solid,
yeah.
and it's not going to be something that's like the best it can be. And I think I kind of unlocked that when I heard ADHD by Kendrick Lamar, and I was like,
Mm,
this song is fucking awesome. It's not a smash,
Yeah.
but it's awesome, right? And it's like, if the key is, if I can just do that, at least that on a consistent basis, yeah, whatever. This piece of cake, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't have to be doing wow, but you can just do that really cool thing. And Kendrick did that
Yeah.
with ADHD, and he has his other smashes and stuff. But like, it's just like, yeah, be
Yeah.
consistent with something like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
let me make sure I do that. And I would release music just when I felt like it.
Yeah. Kind of
Literally, yeah. It
you've been
would be
able to
like,
kind of do it on your own terms.
yeah. And I think it was like put up on SoundCloud, you know.
Mm.
And I remember like a couple hundred people, whatever, and then people listened and they stopped listening. But then it was like, cool, I feel I'm gonna do this thing I feel like doing now.
Mm.
Here's like 2 songs for like the whole year. These
Yeah.
are the 2 songs I'm giving you for the whole year. And then I'd look at the numbers on SoundCloud and it's like, people are still just listening to this.
Yeah.
And they're like waiting and they're like, SIPHO, like, when's the next one come? And they're like, we've just been listening to this the whole time. And they've just kept listening.
You keep doing
like,
that. That's cool.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this out when I feel like putting this out. And you know, it's gonna be that new thing. Like, well, like, oh, it's time for me to make. I feel like I should start working on another EP. Let's make this EP. Start this project. Boom, get into it, get it done, promote it, put it out. That's it. You guys are fed for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I think because I've kind of come with that thing, it kind of is a much more unique approach, where I guess in one sense it is quite solitary and it's just me in a way, and but that's in contrast to, I guess, the corporations infiltrating this new cool thing, and now suddenly it's shit, we got so and so out here amplified to like the fucking whatever, and whatever scene and whatever values we had just gone.
Yeah.
Whereas it's kind of harder to do that with this. This is kind of just me, and because it's been appreciated so much, I'm blessed to be in a position where the people that are putting me in the right spaces are doing it because they just like, yeah, go be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, they're not expecting anything different from me. They're just like, they see me in this very whatever I am, and just like, yeah, this is good. We like it. Everyone else likes it. Do that. But they're not seeing like the little gimmicks and gadgets, or there's none of that. It's just
you, yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what that is too.
Yeah, and it's good to have those people around, like the ones that fully get it. So yeah, 100%. Well, thank you so much. That was definitely one of my favorite interviews I've done, 100%. And yeah, wish you all the best. Can't wait to hear all the new music. And yeah, shout me where you're in London. Like, I genuinely just want to hang out. You're the best.
I've been knocking up about.
Yeah. Bye. Have a good day.
You too. You too.